Hello everyone and welcome to the Freedom Files. Today we are going to be talking about the Arizona hearing, but first, Republican lawmakers in Pennsylvania have taken the first step in formally disputing the election results by introducing this resolution. It goes through a long list of different types of fraud and anomalies in the election in Pennsylvania, and then you get to this, how they intend to resolve it. And we have these two statements: disapprove of the infringement on the General Assembly's authority pursuant to the Constitution of the United States to regulate elections, and disapprove and disagree with the Secretary of the Commonwealth's premature certification of the results, November 3rd, 2020, regarding the presidential election. And also declare that the selection of presidential electors and other statewide electoral contest results in the Commonwealth is in dispute. And this seems to be the strategy of the Trump's legal team in certain key states, okay? Forget about the lawsuits that have been filed, that's a separate thing. But they are trying to get state legislatures to actually pick the electors for Trump, okay? So last week they held a hearing in Pennsylvania where they showed evidence, and now it seems Pennsylvania state assemblymen, the state legislature, is acting with this resolution. And you can see a similar thing taking place in Arizona. So they actually certified their election results for Joe Biden today. Secretary of State Katie Hobbs said that this election was, quote, transparency, accuracy, and fairness in accordance with Arizona's laws and election procedures, despite numerous unfounded claims to the contrary. But the Trump legal team held a hearing in Arizona today where they detailed voter fraud, and some of the accusations are pretty bombshell. Take a look at this opening accusation of 35,000 votes being added to Democrat candidates right from the outset.
An anonymous email that was sent to all members of the Arizona legislature. So there were approximately 35,000 fraud votes added to each Democratic candidate's vote totals. In a meeting I was invited to by the Democrat Party in Pima County, Arizona on September 10th, 2020, no phones or recording devices were allowed. A presentation was given, including detailed plans to embed 35,000 in a spread configured distribution to each Democrat candidate's vote totals. When I asked how in the world that will 35,000 votes be kept hidden from being discovered, it was stated that spread distribution will be embedded across the total registered voter range and will not exceed the registered vote count. And the 35,000 was determined allowable for Pima County based on our county registered vote count.
Now obviously that's an anonymous claim, but it should be able to be proven, if it is true, by using forensic methods to examine the voting machines and ballots, etc. But there were some witnesses as well, like this Republican poll observer who was not allowed to do her job.
I was specifically taken out of that room, ushered out, and brought into this room, which really was just the room, as I explained.
And how many could you estimate that is? Best estimate.
I would say my guess would be close to in the day that I was there, just in 5 hours, maybe 2,000 ballots.
Okay.
Other witnesses claim that voting machines in the state were connected to the internet during the election, which led to this statement.
So my vote is only as good as the integrity of Dominion and all the hackers that exist that can get into the Dominion machine.
Your vote is not as secure as your Venmo account.
Now this isn't a witness in the court of law. What they're trying to do here is show evidence to the state assembly members so that they may think, you know what, we are going to ignore the state's popular vote result because it has been tarnished by fraud, and we are going to pick electors to go and elect Donald Trump in the Electoral College in December instead of Joe Biden. They'd done it in Pennsylvania. They had a hearing last week, and now you can see action, and they're doing it today in Arizona. Today was the hearing, and you should see some action soon. Giuliani said this.
And I'm going to ask you to fight. And I'm going to ask you to try to implore the other members of your legislature to stand up to this. Do not be bullied. Do not be frightened. Your political career is worth losing if you can save the right to vote in America. In fact, I may get you a...
And it does seem to be working. Today, Arizona State Representative Mark Fincham issued a call to withhold the state's electoral votes for Joe Biden because he believes there's enough significant evidence of fraud to invalidate the state's votes. Now, state legislatures are going to have to act fast if they're going to dispute the results, but they do have the power to do that under the Constitution. And in most swing states, even the ones with Democrat governors, most of them have Republican legislatures who can override the governor and actually pick the electors themselves. Now, it's going to be an interesting few weeks, guys, and we've seen it happening in Pennsylvania already, starting to happen in Arizona, and Giuliani is going to move across all of the swing states holding these hearings. So keep your eyes peeled on this. We're going to be covering it over the next few weeks with several videos coming out every week. Please subscribe to our channel if you're new. That's all for today, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.